He wasn't born into a Silicon Valley dynasty. He didn't wear Armani suits or study dealmaking from textbooks. What he did have was a keyboard, a cold focus, and a vision that changed how the entire world communicates. From college dorm coder to one of the most controversial billionaires alive, this is the story of how Mark Zuckerberg went from nerd to notorious. Welcome to Dealmaker Diaries, where we pull back the curtain on the business legends and the empires they built. Today, we explore not just Zuckerberg's origin story, but how he weaponized scale, acquired strategically, and played the long game better than nearly anyone in the tech world. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born in 1984 in White Plains, New York. A middle-class upbringing, a dentist father, a psychiatrist mother. From the outside, it looked like any other suburban success story. But beneath that normalcy, an obsession with systems. By age 12, Mark had created a messaging program called ZuckNet to help his family communicate throughout the house. At 14, he was reading college-level programming manuals and building computer games for fun. Teachers noticed he wasn't just smart, he was relentless. He studied Latin, excelled in fencing, and spent late nights coding. It wasn't just intelligence, it was single-minded discipline. His parents hired a private tutor. Then, they drove him to take graduate-level programming classes at Mercy College every weekend. This wasn't a kid who wanted to blend in. This was a future founder in formation. In 2002, Zuckerberg enrolled at Harvard. But what was supposed to be an elite academic experience quickly became his testing ground for disruption. Within months, he'd built Course Match, a tool that let students see what classes their friends were taking. Then came Face Mash, a site where students rated classmates' attractiveness by comparing dorm photos. It went viral. Within hours, the servers crashed. Within days, he was in front of Harvard's disciplinary board. But Zuck didn't stop there. He took the raw social potential of Face Mash, added a permission-based framework, and began working on what would become the Facebook. It launched in February 2004. Within a month, over half of Harvard students had signed up. Then it spread to Yale, then Columbia, then Stanford. Zuckerberg had hit a nerve. People wanted to be online, to showcase their lives, to be seen. He wasn't just building a product, he was building identity infrastructure for the 21st century. But not everyone saw him as a genius. Enter the Winklevoss twins. They alleged that Zuckerberg had agreed to help them build a social platform called Harvard Connection, then went silent, and built Facebook instead. Their lawsuit ended in a $65 million settlement. Critics cried foul. But from a business lens, Zuckerberg was already executing a classic play: move fast, own distribution, and settle later. Even as legal challenges loomed, Facebook was spreading like wildfire. Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard and moved to Palo Alto. With a $500,000 angel investment from Peter Thiel, Facebook expanded to over 100 colleges. Then came the real decision: sell or scale. Yahoo offered $1 billion in 2006. Zuckerberg walked away. Why? Because he wasn't chasing an exit. He was chasing ubiquity. He knew Facebook had something few companies ever achieve: network effects. Every new user made the platform more valuable. Every additional connection increased the platform's gravity. To fuel growth, Zuckerberg raised from Excel, Greylock, and eventually Goldman Sachs. He hired top engineers, pushed international expansion, and built out data centers before most CEOs were even thinking at that scale. Where most CEOs grow vertically, Zuckerberg grew laterally. He saw Instagram not as a threat, but as a future gatekeeper of youth attention. In 2012, he acquired it for $1 billion when it had only 13 employees. WhatsApp was acquired for $19 billion in 2014. Critics balked, but WhatsApp was dominant in global messaging. It gave Facebook exposure to markets it hadn't cracked. Oculus was acquired for $2 billion, a play for virtual reality long before the metaverse became a talking point. Each move was about one thing: control over how humans connect. But the empire cracked. Cambridge Analytica, Russian disinformation, congressional hearings, data privacy investigations. Zuckerberg, once the golden child of innovation, was now being cast as the face of surveillance capitalism. He testified before Congress in 2018. Critics called his performance robotic. Others saw a leader out of touch with the ethical implications of his own invention. Then in 2021, a pivot. Facebook became Meta, a rebrand not just in name, but in mission. Zuckerberg was now betting the future on immersive virtual spaces. The metaverse became his obsession. Billions were poured into reality labs. Internal documents leaked showing morale issues and investor doubts. But Zuck doubled down. Zuckerberg's rise isn't just about tech. It's about pattern recognition, strategy, long-term positioning. Here's what set him apart. He scaled ruthlessly, prioritizing user growth over short-term revenue. He acquired with intent, not just to neutralize threats, but to build moats. He owned the platform. From servers to social graphs, he built closed loops. He stayed in control, maintaining majority voting power despite being a public company. You can question his ethics. You can criticize his tone-deaf responses. But as a business tactician, Zuckerberg plays 5 moves ahead. From building code in a Harvard dorm to reshaping human behavior at global scale, Mark Zuckerberg's journey is as complex as it is controversial. He didn't just make billions, he made history. Thanks for watching Dealmaker Diaries. If you found this deep dive insightful, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know who you want us to profile next. And remember, in the game of scale, the quiet coder might just be the kingmaker.